Hello everyone, I'm Luke from Youth Mile Initiative under Skill Up Yiga project. So I'm here to show everyone how to do a simple mask from a crochet. Crochet is one of the things you cannot undermine when it comes to fashion nowadays, in that it is a new trending style which has just come. So I'm here to show you how to do a simple crochet mask. At first, what you need is just a thread, needles, and a scissor. So this type of needles, it depends on which threads you're going to use. This is a 4.5mm needle, and this is a 3.5mm needle. So for this case, you are going to use a 4.5. First, what you are going to do, you are going to start with chaining. And when I say chaining, in fact, you are going to start with making a knot. So we are going to start with making a knot. And before making a knot, first of all, when crocheting, you have to have the idea of what you're going to do in your brain. Since we are going to do a simple mask, we are going to chain 32 chain. So I'm making a knot. This is what we call a knot. Put our needle here. As I told you, crocheting goes around with counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, so this is what I mean by chaining. So after chaining, you are going to add one more extra chain, and this chain will work as a height for the mask. So after chaining, our chain will look like this. Then, as I told you earlier, before, you have to have what you're going to do into your mind. And first, we have 3 types of patterns in crocheting. We have the single pattern, half double pattern, and double patterns. So at first, we are going to use the single pattern at the edges of our mask, and this is what I mean by a single crochet. And we are going to do 4 single crochets. So these are the 4 single crochets. After the 4 single crochets, I'm going to add an extra of 4 half double crochets. With half double crochets, what we do is that the difference is that you yarn over, then you do as before. You can see now the difference if you look closely, in that these single crochets, for them are somehow narrower, half double crochets are widening. So in the middle, what we are going to do, we are going to put double crochets which are more wider, and we are going to put 5. So with the double crochets, the difference is that we pass through this thread twice, not like the half double crochets. That is one. And the very good thing about crocheting is that you can start with what you have and you earn something, or you can earn even a living, and you can do anything you want from this crocheting. First of all, it doesn't need a lot of capital to start crocheting. All you need is to buy your needle and your threads. Sorry. So as I have told you, the very easy thing about crocheting is that it is cheap. You can start with anything you have and you can earn something. It's just a matter of loving what you do. And you cannot ignore crocheting when it comes to fashion nowadays, because it is now one of the trending style in town right now. So this is how our mask is going to look like. So as you can see, our patterns, in that at the edges we used single crochets and it is somehow narrower. Here around the middle we used half double crochets and it is widening. So in the middle we have used double crochets. That's why it is having this wider middle of it. So we are going to keep on with the process till when we do with the layers we want. So when you reach at the edge, what we are going to do, we just have to chain one. As always, just represent the height. Then after, we are going to repeat the same process. At the edges, we use single crochets. With single crochets, we don't yarn over. We just do as I do, as you see. And don't forget counting. With crocheting, counting is a must. You have to be counting, because any mistake you do in counting is a mistake you will do in your outfit. So when you look at our mask, it has started gaining that shape, as you can see. In that, here in the middle we have 10, a total of 10 double crochets. Here at the edge you have 4 single crochets. Here at the edge you have 4 single crochets, 4 half double, in the middle 10. Then also this side you have to put 4 half double crochets, even at the edge 4 single crochets. Don't forget counting. When you reach at the edge, as usual, you chain one. Then again you do single crochets from the very first stitch from the needle or from the hook. Two, 3, 4. And someone might be there asking about the market of crochets. Crochet is one thing you can do when you are at your home place, and you can do it at any time you feel like you're free, and still you will be earning something out of it. So about the market, since I've told you crocheting is just a new style of fashion which has just come, trust me or no, it has a very good market. It depends on how you do your crocheting and how you brand yourself. you can still see. So this is what we call rows. 1, 2, 3. These are rows, and we are going to do like 6 rows, like 7 rows. We are remaining with 4 rows, and you will see the shape of a mask when I'm done with the 7 rows. This is how our mask is looking like after crocheting the 7 layers. And I think our last part is to put these threads, but the length of the threads, it depends on the client's face and the client's jaw, how far his jaws are from the ears. So after reaching the extreme edge, what you are going to do is going to just chain normally as usual out to a certain length you feel like you're comfortable with it. So after reaching a certain length you feel like it is comfortable for you, what you shall do, you make a slip notch. And this is how they do a slip notch. You pass this needle through this crochet. At a certain point you hold this thread here, then you pull it through at once. After you get our scissor, cut, then you pull this thread from the main like this, then you tighten, and this is how it will be looking like. Doing the same on the other side. And you have to make sure that the length of the threads are equal at either side of the mask.